Howdy everyone, welcome back to Brand Murphy Garage. Today I kind of want to go over those parts I picked up for the Trans Am when we took the Cavalier out to Illinois and got it sold. So we're going to go over that and kind of show something else that I've been working on a little bit here for an older part that I got a couple years back when I bought the Trans Am. That would be the Renegade intake manifold. Kind of show you what I'm wanting to do with that now that I am moving on to carbureted style fuel delivery rather than the crossfire injection. So here's the Borg Warner 9-bolt rear, as you can see. Plans for this honestly is, so I believe this is a 323, 327 gear, whatever the Borg Warner ratio was. Probably going to remove that, and I'm either going to go with a 370, 390, or 410. I can buy a 370 gear for this from a US sourced parts, but if I want to go 390 or 410, I'm going to have to purchase that in Australia and get it shipped over. So not exactly what I'm going to do on that. I would really like to run a 390 in this, but we may go 370 for now. It does have disc brakes. I'm not sure if all the 9 bolts came with disc brakes, but this one's a disc brake setup. And I'm thinking I might run the Willwood D154 replacement calipers for these. Heard they're a little better than the stock GM ones, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's the 9-bolt rear. I'll take a look at a couple other things that I got. Sorry, I have all this stuff hidden under the Trans Am right now, but we got new front lowering springs. I think this is a 1.5-inch drop. We got a new panhard bar, UMI, brand new. So we're gonna run that. And then we also have subframe connectors. So when we go ahead and redo the suspension on the Trans Am this summer, we're gonna get these subframe connectors bolted and welded in as well, and help stiffen up the chassis a little bit. All right, and like I mentioned earlier, I bought that Renegade intake manifold for the crossfire injection setup, and I did run it for a while. And then once the crossfire crapped out and switched over to a carb, I no longer had a need for it on there because I wasn't running a dual throttle body setup anymore. So kind of just sat, and I kind of hate just having this thing sit on the shelf. So here's kind of what I'm thinking I'm going to do with it. So here's the Renegade, and take the top plate off, and underneath is actually a pretty decent cross ram intake manifold. So with that in mind, one intake that I've kind of always wanted, because I thought it was a really cool racing intake, was the Edelbrock SY1. I'm a big fan of Smokey Yunick and what he used to do, especially with the old Chevy 302s. So in my mind, I'm kind of thinking, what if we go ahead and make a new top plate and we put a single carb right in the center, and then have it as a single carburetor, cross ram intake manifold. Now something else I may do is make another top plate for it that can run 2 carburetors as well. With the 334 that's in my Trans Am right now, I really don't feel like running dual carbs on it. If I go with a bigger engine, or maybe once the 302 is built, run dual carbs. So I may make 2 different top plates, for a single carb and dual 4 barrels. So with that, I think that's what we're going to do with the intake manifold, and still be able to run it and use it, because it is a pretty decent intake. And like I said, I just hate it sitting on the shelf the way that it is, because I'm not going to go back to crossfire for a while. I need to get a whole new wiring harness and everything, and if I do that, I'll probably want to upgrade the computer and everything like that. So that's maybe a different car, like maybe an 82, 84 Vet, or another 82 to 83 F-body. Maybe one day I'll go ahead and buy another Crossfire, and I can throw the Renegade on that later. But for my application that I have now, it needs a little bit of modification. The only thing I can kind of see maybe being a little bit of a problem is I know the SY1 had like a flat piece going right here that help kind of direct the fuel as it came in. There might be something I can do that I can kind of put in here to kind of help direct it over. But, you know, maybe for my first trial, I may just run the carb on top with the lower part of the intake like it is, see how it works. And if it's not running the best, maybe then I can fab something up for the center here to kind of help the fuel disperse a little better. But that's all things that I'll figure out in time. But I really do want to run a cross ram. I love cross rams, and I think this is going to be not only the cheapest route, because cross rams are very expensive nowadays. I don't know if any of you have went and looked at old Edelbrock or Offenhauser cross ram intake manifolds, but they kind of want an arm and a leg for them, and it'll be cheaper to modify my Renegade intake than it would be to go out and buy basically a used cross ram. Also, still having some weird ignition problems going on. I may just end up getting a new distributor, because I'm pretty sure the distributor itself is what's messing up. So I may get another distributor, stab it in, see if that fixes the weird timing problems that I'm having, because I've already replaced the coil. I've replaced the cap, the rotor, the coil, the control module, even the magnetic pickup, and it's still acting funny. I don't know if I put a bad control module in there, because the brand new control module that is in there, after I replaced it, you know, that's when I started having, my distributor was acting like it was locked out, even though my cap, the mechanical advance, moves freely. But on the timing light, my distributor's acting like it's locked out. So I don't know what's up with that. I put the old control module back in, and then it wouldn't fire off at all. So the old one is definitely, you know, toast. The new one, I think, is broken. So I don't know. I kind of rebuilt that distributor with some other parts I had lying around, so I think I might just go out and buy a brand new distributor and see if that fixes things, because I'm tired of messing with it, and maybe a new unit will fix the problems. If it's still messing up, well, then we got something else to figure out with this thing. Anyways, thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next one. I'll have another video up here soon when the new distributor gets in, and we'll do a video on that. Also, if you guys are interested, I'm doing a carburetor rebuild right now, and if that's something you guys would like to see, I can post the process of rebuilding this carb on here. I've only started disassembly, so there's still a bunch of stuff I need to do, and we can show, you know, the restoration of this old Holly here. This is a mechanical secondary spread bore Holly, which I think is would be a cool little thing to run. Some people hate them, some people swear by them. I'm going to rebuild this one, see how it goes, and see if I like it or not. All right, if y'all like this video, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below on what you think about my my little cross ram idea I got going on there. And yeah, see you in the next one.